Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio, and this is July 23rd, 2021. Well, guys, last week I got censored for my show, and I was just giving you information that YouTube had a problem with, but nobody else did. So if you want to listen to it, which I really, really recommend that you do, I'm in the archives on SoundCloud, iHeart, iTunes, Podbeam. Catch it there. It's something you should listen to. It will give you some healing tips. And it was also in regards to what actually happens when kids keep wearing stuff around their faces all the time and covering their mouth and their nose. That's what that show's about. So again, I recommend you go to the archives and check it out on SoundCloud, iHeart, iTunes, or Podbeam. Tonight, we're going to do some energy work for the planet because she really, really needs it. I know everywhere needs it, but tonight it's going to be doing some real earth work. So we're going to work on the bees, sending them energy, and a lot of work for the water, elemental, and healing the Arctic poles and glacier, whatever I can squeeze in tonight. And also, you can't do energy work while you're working on the planet and the elementals without working on the military installations, the HARP, that's actually creating a lot of this out of balanced weather. And that also includes direct energy weapons, which to me, my truth is that they're amplifying this bad weather. They're amplifying the fires out west. I mean, if you really look at it, some of those fires only burned out the houses and they left the trees alone. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that tells me that's a direct energy weapon. And then you've got chemtrails in the air, dumping stuff on us, on the earth, on the planet. So we're going to work on blocking and breaking down the HARP. Did you guys go get your crystals while we're working on, I'm telling you about this because it's going to amplify what we do. So we're going to work on the HARP, the bees, and a lot of water work, healing the sea life and healing the Arctic poles and the glaciers. Remember December 24th, World Enlightenment Day. And golly, how are you guys going to bring it in? From noon till 1 till however, you can do it the whole day, celebrate. Call down in enlightenment to the planet. So how are you going to do it? It doesn't matter. You can dance it in, you can sing it in, you can pray it in, or chant. I like to chant. And using the power of the spoken word. You just be with a group that meditates and do energy work with a group. Go on Zoom and do energy work with a group. There's no more excuses, you hiding away in your house, huh? So I like to chant, and you can put this on your refrigerator. May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. And when I have time, I start chanting that. So we're really going to come together as a group and quantum leap the world far into divine enlightenment. What that means, it's going to help people reconnect to the Creator and become awakened spiritual beings. And when that happens, people know better. They know better than to hurt or harm. And guys, all your divine missions are going to get easier because people are going to be out there to help you. And they're going to understand why you're doing what you're doing and support you. It's going to be great. So no, there's no huge groups behind this. There's no famous people. It's just all the light workers. You're the group. You're part of the group. And together as one, we can do this. We can do the energy work to call enlightenment on the planet around all life forms and really anchor it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't like this darkness dragging out any more than it has to. What do you think? You know, enlightenment is a choice. And believe me, I'm putting all my energy into enlightenment. I want total joy for all life forms on the planet and the earth. All right, so I think I've given you enough time to get your crystals or whatever you're going to use to amplify what we do. So sit down right now and put your feet flat on the floor if you're comfortable with that. And put your back up as straight as you can and start taking some gentle deep breaths. I want you to breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God. And you fill up with your divine essence. So breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. Keep doing that until I tell you to stop. So as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I seal you in the pink flame of love, and I call to all your teachers, guides, masters, the cosmic beings, the whales, the dolphins, all the sea creatures, the dogs, the horses, all life forms. We're going to invite them in, who's working with you, to amplify our work. All right, so take a deep breath, and this time as you exhale, feel yourself reconnect to the Creator, and all this incredible high divine healing energy comes pouring into your crown chakra, flows all the way down your body, down your legs, out your feet, into the earth, down your arms, out your hands. Feel totally consumed in this really high divine energy. So we're going to imagine now that we're in this huge stadium. You got people to the right, people to the left. You're holding their hands. And in the center, we've got this huge crystal that's over 100 ton. Might as well make it big. In the center of the stadium. And we're going to create a bubble of light over that and put the energy work in the bubble. And as we do that, I also want you to do creative visualization, actually see these things happening, as well as give energy into that bubble. So now you're holding people to the right, to the left. Feel that divine energy now flow even stronger, and feel it go down your right arm, your right hand, into the person next to you, and it creates a circle. And again, we call to all the gods and goddesses of light, past, present, future, to join us. All the spiritual beings, all the spiritual warriors that are awake, to add their energy to what we're doing. The elemental kingdom, air, earth, fire, water, metal, the divas, the angels, the cosmic beings, the essence of all sea life, the dolphins, whales, the elephants, all from the animal kingdom that have a conscience. See them adding their energy to what we're doing. And now feel this energy flow to the left, and as it flows to the left, the circle is now closed, so only that which is light may enter. We call to the trees to join us, and we ask that the trees take this energy and send it in through the trunk, into the roots, and see all the trees reconnect, strengthen each other, stabilize the Mother Earth, energize their roots. And now see it go, this energy go up, out the branches. So it acts like an antenna, a frequency of divine light. So everywhere, all life forms on the planet feel this incredible high, divine, peaceful, loving, enlightenment frequency coming out of the trees. We call to all the rock, stones, crystals, minerals, all the earth keepers on the planet to lock into the big earth keeper in the center. We call to the obelisks, domes, all the sacred spots on the planet, the pyramids, And we're going to activate the light that's in them and send light through all the grids, the meridians, and it's an enlightenment energy that's flowing through these structures. All right, Mother, Father, we give thanks for bringing everyone together to serve. And I'm going to ask that everyone that participates and their families and friends receive a healing, and that you guide us into doing not our will, but thy will be done. So be it. So feel yourself again, reconnect to the Creator. Feel that incredible high energy come pouring into your body, out your heart, and creating another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all the HARP military installations. So let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. Call to Michael the Archangel, Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, all the cosmic beings, and the Creator to cut all ties to all artificial plasma in the atmosphere that was HARP reptilian created, that creates a mirror. As we cut the ties to their masters, we call the violet flame through all the cells, atoms, molecules, DNA of this plasma to clean it up. Now we reconnect it to the Creator, filling it all up with divine love. We command it to be neutral and no longer function. See the plasma breaking up and neutralizing itself. Let it not be able to form any square or ring frequency patterns anywhere on the planet. We place a mirror in front of this mirror to return all signals and frequencies back to the HARP stations. As this is done, we see all the HARP equipment imploding on itself, all computers connected with the HARP overloading with this energy that was sent back, causing many overloads. We also cut ties to military buoys connected to the HARP stations and their dark masters. We command that all these buoys be contained in a circle of cement with a lead overlay to jam all frequencies, placing all these buoys in a position of harmlessness. As anyone enters these facilities, we ask their higher selves, let them become dyslexic and not able to function. Imagine all machines made out of any Tesla knowledge that is being misused anywhere on the planet, especially in the HARP installations. That's changing any weather patterns. See it breaking down now. We call the Michael the Archangel to cut them free with their sword of blue flame, cleanse in violet ray, reconnect them to the Creator. Now we command them to be neutral and keep breaking down. Let's include all jet planes and helicopters creating chemtrails, but breaking down in a way no one will be hurt or harmed. And see the sky returning to its natural weather patterns. We call to the elemental kingdom for help, the rats, mice, red ants, spiders, snakes, centipedes, termites, wasps, bees, flies, and any other small insects to go inside and reside in all the HARP facilities. Create nests in all their electrical equipment, including all computer hard drives, water pipes, floors, ceilings, and all walls. As these HARP facilities break down, we see everyone reconnect to the Creator, becoming awakened, spiritual, divine, happy beings, and the earth recovering. In your mind's eye, see all direct energy weapons breaking down and stop functioning. So let's send a powerful energy to where all these direct energy weapon stations are, sending that high energy to their computers, hard drives, all electrical equipment, anything Tesla or alien created, so it all implodes without hurting or harming anyone. Putting all their equipment in a position of harmlessness. See the earth now going back into her natural balance. So fill that up with energy, and of course, nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. And take it, release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So now we're going to take another deep breath and create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the water elemental and all sea life. And this is dedicated to all my dolphin and whale friends and all the sea creatures. Let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to Michael the Archangel and ask that all negativism that the water elemental has taken on be cut from it, transmuted by the violet flame, and filled with much love as the water elemental reconnects to the Creator. Now let's imagine this beautiful divine healing energy coming down from the Creator and flowing into all waters on the planet. Let's ask the earth to release all kinds of healing microorganisms into the seas. As we focus on the ocean, we see the healing energies of the earth and divine merging into one energy, recharging all plankton and flowing into the coral reefs. As we send this healing energy into the coral reefs, we ask the Creator to put the spark of life back into all the coral reefs on the planet. We now see all reefs coming back to life and flourishing. As we send this healing energy through the waters, we see it neutralizing all radiation, poisons, methane gas, chemicals, all toxins, and pharmaceutical drugs that are in it. The healing energy is also helping the water circulate so it's at its perfect divine temperature. We see this healing energy neutralizing all out of balance sound, including all sonar. We trace the sonar energy back to its source and cut the ties to all computer machines used. Violet flame them to clean them up, angel light energy to heal, fill them up with love. As we reconnect them to the Creator, we command them to be neutral by breaking down regularly or just stop functioning. We now send a peaceful white noise through the oceans and all waters on the planet. We call to the higher selves of all corporate and private farmers, all gardeners, to be divinely inspired to use organic fertilizers and incorporate biodynamic methods in their farming procedures that is harmonious with the planet and eliminate all fertilizer runoffs. We call the higher selves of all people on the planet to be inspired to stop deforestation and plant more trees to stop the flux of atmosphere CO2 that creates ocean acidity. Let's send the violet flame through the CO2 in the air to transmute what the earth doesn't need. Let's create atoms and molecules that will eat the extra CO2, bringing the atmosphere and oceans back into balance. We call the higher selves of all property owners to become more conscious of their sewage systems and maintain them so they don't leak into the water supply. We call to all people on the planet to become more conscious of how harmful plastic is on the planet, being guided to using reusable bags. See people disposing their face mask in a trash container. See more people in groups doing more water, ocean cleanup. Let's imagine now all this healing energy surrounding all sea life, and we see them all reconnecting to the Creator so they may fulfill their divine missions and be healthy. We send out special telepathic thoughts to all sea life, dolphins, whales, sharks, mantas, turtles, to be guided where the water sanctuaries are to heal and be safe. We see the violet flame blazing through all sea life to help them transmute all chemicals, radiation, toxins they may have ingested all the way down into their DNA. As all sea life is reconnected to the Creator, we ask the Creator to awaken all sea life's blueprint for perfect health and put it into effect now. May the dolphins and whales and turtles, all sea life, be blessed and protected. May they guide us to divine enlightenment. May we hear their voices as ours. May we be healed by the ocean and all waters, and may we heal the ocean and all water on earth. So let's put our attention on the Gulf of Florida or any water that has had oil and chemicals spilled in it. We ask the Mother Earth to release lots of microorganisms that are needed to eat up the oil and chemicals that were dumped there. We see people being divinely inspired with new thoughts on how to clean up all the oil spills. That is very easy to do with no cost involved, using Mother Nature's gifts to clean up the mess. We ask that all who live there are filled with lots of strength, courage, and divine inspiration on all the natural ways they need to heal. May they receive all needed medicines for free, along with all legal means to take the government and the companies responsible for this pollution to court and win. We call again the violet flame through these water areas to transmute all dark energy the water elemental must mirror. See lots of energy going through the North Atlantic current to keep it flowing so it will help our planet keep its perfect temperature. Now we're just going to take 10 seconds and just blast energy through that North Atlantic current. Okay. We call the violet flame through the methane gas in all water, oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, and in our drinking water to transmute its energy, healed with the energy of the angelite. Now we reconnect all the molecules and atoms that create methane gas back to the Creator. We command them to be neutral, to simply revert to healthy water, yet allow for the proper amount of methane the earth needs to remain on the planet, in ground. I want you now to see thousands, hundreds of thousands of huge bottles of clean, pristine mineral water that are 10 miles high, 10 miles long, 10 miles wide, and are inches apart from each other all over the oceans and waters. Now, inside these bottles of pristine oxygenated water, let's place all the minerals, plankton, kelp, and whatever else the sea life needs to have to survive. See these bottles becoming sanctuaries for all sea life to go to. We now command the water elemental to mirror the bottles of water. We see the ocean clearing up and becoming healthy and vibrant again with an abundance of flourishing, healthy sea life. We ask the angels, divas, and all cosmic beings to keep all the radiation junk that is floating in the ocean from Fukushima off all shores and sent into a newly created black hole that will take it off our planet. And also, we're going to ask that all the sea life remain invisible to all those commercial trawlers. And we're going to ask the angels to do what they have to do to keep all the fish out of their nets so they don't get caught. And all those commercial fishermen, commercial trawlers, they go empty. Yet allow themselves to be caught if that fishing boat is in accord with nature and at one with the sea and the sea creatures. All right, we call the higher selves of all the nuclear operators to reconnect these beings back to the Creator. And as they awaken, they stop releasing radioactive waste into the oceans, become filled with divine inspiration on how to correct the nuclear challenge. We send a very high energy into the shell or basin around the crippled reactors so they will once again hold water. We call the higher selves of the TEPCO decision makers to begin pumping enough of this highly contaminated water by the end of the week to stop the water from rising, as well as bringing in new holding tanks. We need their higher selves to put their egos aside and call in help from other countries. I call the goddess of truth to bring up all that is hidden to the surface so we can see clearly what is being done or not done. Let all the people who are running these nuclear plants and trying to repair them again put their egos aside and allow outside help in. See people from all over the world that have practical working solutions be invited to Japan, and for their highest good of our planet, put those solutions into action now. I call the goddess of justice to wield your sword, and if it's for the highest good, to send those that created this mess all the karmic return they deserve now, then so be it. I ask that their karmic return is amplified over 100,000 fold. if it also for their highest good. I ask that all their income is taken from them and sent to all the people they have harmed for their health care, to replace all lost incomes, as well as clean up the planet. I see all government officials responsible for all cover-ups worldwide, receiving their just karmic dues now, and if it's for their highest good, be removed from their jobs and go to prison, then so be it. Replaced by a light worker that will be of service to all with compassion with high integrity. I see all magic keeping those responsible from being brought to justice being dissolved, along with all energy veils of invisibility and protection removed. Poof, gone. We ask that all veils that are keeping humanity from seeing the radiation challenge of Fukushima are removed from them. And as they are reconnected to the Creator, they become awakened conscious beings that are given the divine solutions to solve the world's nuclear problems in love. We see all veils being removed off of all government decision makers, the newspapers, TV, radio stations, news reporters, and TV anchors that were keeping them from speaking the truth. See everyone now talking about the nuclear challenge in Japan, and everywhere there's a nuclear reactor, including discussing it in schools and offices, colleges, government decision makers, as well as discussing how to stay healthy. As people share information about Fukushima, see them being given many awesome divine solutions that are put into application. And again, see more groups being guided to healing all water on the planet with magic divine energy, and the water joyfully responding. Nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. Let's take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity. Oh no. No. Oh no. I lost everybody. Oh, there we go. Technical difficulties. That's what happens when it's live. All right, so now we're going to take another deep breath. And as you exhale, we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all the bees on the planet. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to Michael the Archangel and ask that ties are cut between bees and all the microwave technology, that people become aware that microwave energy is causing the bee colonies to collapse, and that includes 5G. As they become aware, they choose to use their cell phones less, shutting them off completely when not in use, or going back to landlines with the understanding that we need bees to pollinate over 40% of our crops. We surround all the hives in a protective energy shield that keeps out all microwave energy. We're going to surround all the beehives in a Faraday cages. And that's going to protect their hives. We send energy to all bees and ask that their DMT is enhanced as they are reconnected to the Creator. We see the bees becoming more focused and at one with each other as the queen bee is inspired to what she needs to do to hold the colony together as one functioning unit. We send a mild grounding energy to the bees so they become more centered, allowing each worker to do their jobs in harmony with each other. We ask Michael the Archangel to cut all ties to all mites the bees have that is making them ill. We violet flame those mites to clean up their energies, reconnecting them to the Creator. Now we command them to be neutral and die off, which allows the bees to become stronger and healthier. We ask that the bees are now inspired to go where there are no GMO crops. Instead, be guided to healthy plants and flowers. We see people now growing more organic herbal gardens for the bees that will enhance their immune systems. See people being inspired to leave out fresh water for the bees and planting red and purple flowers that bees really enjoy the vibrations of. We call the higher selves of all beekeepers, asking that they now practice holistic beekeeping, leaving the bees with enough of their own supply of honey so they can also feed themselves with the fruits of their own labor, not using pesticides on the bees to kill off the mites or any other health issues they may have. Instead, growing healthier crops and giving the bees time and trusting that they will develop a natural immunity resistance over the multiple generations with their new organic farming methods that we are now asking the divine to inspire them with. We are now sending energy to the queen bee that will inspire her to hold the hive together in harmony. Now we're sending energy to the bees' life force so they become healthy and multiply. Let's give thanks and send out much love to the bees for all they have given us, our plant life and crops, as well as all the byproducts we use, including beeswax for candles. So again, fill all the bees up with light and love and joy. And we're going to take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. All right, we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the Arctic poles and glaciers. Now, this is a long one, guys, and I've had to break it up into sections because it's really, you get involved here. So in your mind's eye, imagine this happening, see it happening, and send energy into the bubble of light so it manifests quicker. All right. So take a deep breath, feel that energy flow down, create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, all the Arctic poles and glaciers, and everywhere there's snow on the planet. So let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call the Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to go forth and remove all obstacles in our path to divine creation. I call the Lord Shiva and Michael the Archangel to go forth and destroy all evil in our path or in the path of our creations. I ask that all old thought forms, ideas, concepts, and prophecies, past, present, and future, that is holding this energy work from manifesting be dissolved by the violet flame and replaced with new possibilities. I call to the architect of the universe, is divine creators and animals, insects, higher selves, oversouls, avatars, masters, guides, and angels, all gods and goddesses of light, our ancestors of light, all the old ancient cultures responsible for holding light on the planet, including the Aborigines, the kahunas, the medicine men and women, the shaman, air, earth, fire, and water, all earth divas, all cosmic beings, all other life forms and consciousnesses in earth, in other stars and planets, in other galaxies, seen and unseen, to join us in helping us heal and repair the earth now. We ask for permission to quantum leap the world and all life forms in all planes and dimensions, seen and unseen, connected with planet Earth into divine enlightenment, to let us go beyond our known potential into the greatest unknown golden age the universe and worlds and all planets have ever experienced. Let us take the best of all lifetimes, all golden ages, all worlds, galaxies, and create such a divine and enlightened planet that is even beyond the Creator's imagination. Imagine the creators laughing with joyful glee on this action we have put into motion with every breath we now breathe. And it's snowballing, quantum leaping forward with every moment. We call to all rock, stones, minerals, and all earth keeper crystals above and below the earth to now awaken, reconnect themselves back to the divine, and start to vibrate to the higher frequency of the divine, raising the energy and vibration of everything that is connected to the earth to the frequency of the divine creator. Let's anchor this energy to the center of the earth, radiating outward giving special attention to the Arctic, Antarctic, and all glaciers, putting them back in balance. We ask that all crystals join us and amplify our energy work over 100,000 fold. Let this shift in integration be gentle, loving, and kind for all forms of life, human and elemental. The water elemental. I call to Michael the Archangel and ask that all negativity that the water elemental is taken on be cut from the water, transmuted by the violet flame, and filled with much love as the water elemental reconnects to the Creator. Now let's imagine this beautiful divine healing energy coming down from the Creator, flowing into all water, whether it is liquid or frozen in the form of snow and ice on the planet. We call the violet flame through the methane gas in all water, oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, and in our drinking water to transmute that energy, healed with the energy of the angel light. Now we reconnect all the molecules and atoms that create methane gas back to the Creator. We command them to be neutral, to simply revert to healthy water, yet allow for the proper amount of methane the Earth needs to remain in the planet, buried under heavy permafrost. As we send this healing energy through the waters, we see it neutralizing all radiation, poisons, methane gas, chemicals, all toxins, and pharmaceutical drugs that are in it. This healing energy is also helping the water circulate, so it's at its perfect divine temperature. I want you to see now hundreds of thousands of huge bottles of pristine, clean mineral water that are 10 miles high, 10 miles long, 10 miles wide, and are inches apart from each other, all over the oceans and waters, including the Arctic and Antarctic Ocean. Inside these bottles of pristine, oxygenated water, let's place all the minerals, plankton, kelp, and whatever else the sea life needs to have to survive. See these bottles becoming sanctuaries for all sea life to go to. We now command the water elemental to mirror the bottles of water. We see the ocean clearing up and becoming healthy and vibrant again with an abundance of flourishing, healthy sea life. We will now bury hundreds of thousands of frozen bottles of pristine water filled with minerals, along with a little sand and the snow on all glaciers and Arctic circles, and command the snow to mirror the frozen water. See the snow become very solid, magnetizing more snow to itself, and keep accumulating with the help of the sand. Now, sand gives the water frozen snow molecules something to grip to, allowing the elementals to go back to their natural growth cycle and balance with the earth. During the summer, we shall place an invisible shield on top of the oceans to reflect any excessive sunlight back to the air, into the violet flame, to transmute any excessive heat energy, allowing that energy to gently cool down and dissipate. This allows the ocean to keep at the proper temperature that is in alignment with the Earth's natural seasons. We ask that the ocean's soul memory of being a master builder is activated and reconnected to the divine, recreating nature's true balance and temperature. So now we call to the mountain elemental, the air, water, and fire elemental that creates the jet stream, to hear our request. I call to Archangel Michael to cut all ties and remove all overlays that are keeping you from working in divine harmony, to help put the planet back in balance. As this energy is removed, you are set free from your dark restraints. We call the violet flame to transmute any negative energy you have taken on back to light. We now reconnect you back to the Creator and fill you up with so much light. You remember your true natural state that is in harmony with the divine. For the mountain glaciers, we send this very cold energy starting miles beneath you, upward. The higher up the mountain the energy goes, the colder it gets, allowing the water elemental to stay in true frozen form, being able to magnetize snow to it, turning that snow to ice and growing again, fulfilling your divine purpose of giving people and the planet the water it needs, as well as helping the planet stay at its proper temperature. As the wind blows up the mountain in the form of a jet stream laden with water molecules, we ask the jet stream to slow down to its natural speed that is in alignment with Earth. See, the jet stream and water elemental work with the mountain by releasing this moisture to the mountain in the form of snow, which the mountain joyfully takes and creates more ice, and the ice grows. As the jet stream travels over the mountain glaciers, it grows right to the stratosphere, right to the Arctic polar vortex, and flowing in a perfect circle around the vortex that is in perfect harmony with the earth. Because the jet stream released her water back to the mountain, she helps the Arctic now cool down to the perfect temperature that is needed to be in perfect harmony with the planet. So now let's give attention to the permafrost. Everywhere there is permafrost, we will send a very cold energy that keeps the temperature that stays at or below 0 Celsius. Under the earth soil, we see a layer of pure ice that forms under the soil called segregated ice, forming from 2 meters to 10 feet thick. Imagine the segregated ice forming as the poor ice attracts more water, which freezes and attracts even more water, which creates the effect which is called chirosuction. Now, chirosuction makes the frozen layer grow, and the growing layer expands the soil even more, making permanently frozen ground expand by at least 50% or more. We send extra energy to the snow and ice so it can reflect more heat away and stay frozen. We now call to the elementals that create permafrost, the water between the rocks, pebbles, loose sand, soil, that allows the ice to easily form when combined, creating pore ice and all frozen rocks to work in divine harmony, keeping the permafrost frozen. We call to the older, deeper permafrost that is underneath Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, the subsea permafrost that is more than 500,000 years old, to link up with all permafrost on the planet, teaching them how to hold their form. We command that all permafrost mirror the subsea permafrost. Again, see the temperature of the ground consistently staying at or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's send energy to the continuous permafrost that exists under almost the entire land surface of Siberia. Areas with continuous permafrost often have permafrost layers of more than 330 feet thick. We call to the deepest permafrost ever found in Siberia, a region in North Russia where the area in Siberia has a permafrost layer that extends 1,650 meters, 5,413 feet down. We ask that this old ancient permafrost communicate with all the permafrost and help them remember how to hold their form. Again, see the temperature of the ground consistently staying at or below 0 Celsius. Now we're going to work on the old and new sea ice in the Beaufort Gyre and the Fram Straits. We call to air, earth, and fire elemental to support the water elemental to work together in harmony to support the format of old ice that provides a basis of ice that creates everything it needs to support all life forms on the poles, so it may fulfill its missions of keeping the planet cool, allowing the water to warm up at the equator, yet cool in the Arctic, keeping the planet and all life forms in balance. We send you many blessings and grace for working with us, keeping the climate in balance. Let's put energy blocks up in the water and air to hold the old icebergs from flowing through the Fram Strait into the ocean, keeping the old ice in Arctic waters so they can grow and mature. Anchor the violet flame to transmute the CO2 gases around the old and new ice. Send the cold Arctic energy, that is minus 25 Celsius, through the old ice to help it retain its form. We call to the old ice, asking that your memory of old ice is activated. So you remember your missions, hold your form, allowing yourself to magnetize to you what you need to grow. Allow the old ice to join together so it may heal itself and grow stronger, keeping solid frozen form. We ask the old ice now to communicate with the new ice in the Beaufort Gyre, feeding it with the information it needs to become old ice and hold its form. We command the young ice to mirror the old ice. We also send energy into the water that will slow the ice from drifting out of the Arctic, keeping it in the Beaufort Gyre, allowing the young ice to mature, turning into old thick ice. See the young ice staying, drifting in the Arctic for 5 to 10 years, growing and maturing. Send an Arctic energy through the new ice that is minus 25 degrees Celsius, so it may hold its form, also growing thicker. All right, let's put our attention on the glaciers. Imagine in your mind's eye the Thwaites, Pine Island, Cork, Haines, Smith, Pope, Collar glaciers that have some of the largest ice streams in West Antarctica, which are composed of large masses of landlocked ice that hold back even larger masses of ice, keeping them from sliding into the sea. Let's send a very old, cold Arctic air that is minus 25 Celsius into the glaciers to help them keep their form and grow. See the drainage pattern shifts from flowing streams back to swamp-like waterways. Under the Thwaites and all glaciers, it slows the accelerating water rushing towards the sea. See the swamp-like waterways filling up with more dirt and minerals. It needs to grow again, slowing the glacier water from flowing into the ocean, thus strengthening the glacier. See this form in the cavity under Thwaites Glacier in West Antarctica that's about 6 miles long and 1,000 feet deep, representing the loss of 14 billion tons of ice. In your mind's eye, see this cavity refilling up with ice. Send this cold energy into the grounding line of the glaciers that stops it from shrinking, that will help accelerate also the growth of the glaciers. The grounding line is buried under 1,000 or more meters of ice. Now we're going to send this minus 25 Celsius energy to go through the ice to the grounding line so it becomes once again frozen ice. And now there's the Brunt ice shelf that borders the Antarctic coast of Coates Land between Dawson Landing Glacier and Stancomb Wills Glacier Tongue. It's a combination of four glacier tongues cemented together by an icy mix known as melange. Send a cold Arctic energy through this melange so it becomes very solid, keeping the Brunt ice shelf from breaking off from land to become an iceberg. Send a very cold energy into the waters below all the glaciers. See all the glaciers stabilizing, slowing down, starting far inland, going toward the ice shelf, where the glacier meets the sea. See the ice shelves thickening, holding their form. See all the glaciers stabilizing and growing. And now quickly we're going to put our attention back on the harp. So we're going to direct at a very, very high and whatever frequency is needed. Direct that energy and frequency at the harp and any supercomputers that are heating up the ocean and interfering with the high and low pressures over the Arctic. Focus on all these computers. Imagine all the ones and zeros flipping, resulting in their total breakdown. As they break down, the Mother Earth is allowed to go back into her proper balance. We send the elementals many blessings and grace for working with us, keeping the climate in balance. All right, fill that up with light and love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. Nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. All right, guys, we're going to do 3 ohms to close. Om, 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. All right, put your feet flat on the floor. Feel that earth energy come up your feet, your ankles, your legs, your knees. Feel yourself beginning to ground, pull back in body, become very, very centered. Again, very in body, very clear-headed. All right, that's the end of the show, guys. Now, if you're still high after the show, go find a tree. It's warm enough. Put your hands on a tree, send all your excess energy into the tree, and then ask the tree to send you back, and you'll immediately ground. Okay? Or hold some hematite or lodestone. That'll help you ground too, or go eat something or take a bath. That'll help you ground. Thanks for tuning in and giving us some incredible energy and help me with this tonight. And, go to the archives. You can listen to it again and keep the energy work going and amplifying. And if you want a copy of any of the energy work, just ask. You can ask me through YouTube or my Facebook page, or go to my website, www.angellighteom.com. That's ANGELIGHTEOMM.com, and ask, or call me at my store at 808-775-9400. I have this incredible rock shop in Hawaii. Matter of fact, I have one of the largest crystals, and this is why I'm in the store. If you can see behind me, for those of you that can't, I have a 1,000-pound crystal that I sit in front of to really amplify my energy work. It is the largest crystal in Hawaii, and if you ever come visit, I'm in Honoka'a, Big Island. You can hug her and lay on my angel light table and have a lovely time. So that's it for tonight. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio. And this again is July 23rd, 2021. And I hope you have an exceptional week. Do some random acts of kindness for people. And chant, may divine enlightenment descend on all life forms now. May divine enlightenment awaken within all life forms now. And I want to leave you with this real quick. All right. When you create a great harmony in you, when you become so harmonious that whatsoever you are doing is your joy, then a big explosion of happiness happens in you. Then suddenly a real happiness follows you, and now you're not putting any effort to bringing happiness into your life. Your happiness is now effortless. It becomes your way. It becomes your breath. It becomes a beat of your heart. Remains with you, remains around you, remains in you. And that was Swami Yogi Yog Shri. All right, guys, good night. Think Quantum Leap, World Enlightenment Now. December 24th is our event. See you next week. Aloha.
All right, everybody, it's time to vote, vote, vote. Get out there and nominate your favorite podcasts. The People's Choice Podcast Awards voting is up on the 31st of July, so go to podcastawards.com to nominate the following shows. Writers and Illustrators of the Future podcast in the categories of education and also storyteller drama. The Centralist in the category of politics and news. That's with show host Joe Montaldo. Science and Beyond in the category of science and medicine, also with show host Joe Montaldo. The Outer Realm in the category of society culture, with show hosts Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. And the Pittsburgh Paranormal Chasing Prophecy in the category of religion and spirituality. There's another category that opened up for us recently, the People's Choice, so please select for this category as well. Go to podcastawards.com to vote for these 5 shows and any others you enjoy listening to. That's podcastawards.com. And remember, voting ends July 31st, so go ahead and get your votes in.